Alright guys, today we have an accessory called the Flip Grip from the Nintendo Switch. You can see it right here. It is literally just a piece of plastic. It costs $12. I'll have the link down below in the description. And basically it just lets you play your Switch games in portrait mode. So you can actually just slide this in. All you do is you take this is the plastic piece. All you do is you just slide it in. You make sure the micro SD, the game card slot is sitting here at the top. And the other side goes down. You slide it in. That's it. It's in the grip. It's securely in there. It doesn't fall out. It's got a little thing on the back here that I'll show you in a minute. You take your Joy-Cons and you kind of just slide them there on the side, just like this. And that's it. You got the flip grip attached to your Switch that easily. And when you're done, you basically just pop these out like you normally would. And there is a orange little clip right here that's kind of holding it in place. You kind of just like hold this and then you pull up and then it comes right out. And that's it. And like I said, it's a $12 accessory. And of course, I'm going to show you guys some gameplay here in a second, showing you guys why you guys should purchase this. Even though it's easy to put on and off, is it worth the $12 to get this? And you actually going to use it, and what games are actually available to use this? So I'm going to go into that now. Some of the games I've tried with it, and some of the games that I'm excited to try in the future once I'm able to get my hands on them. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a look.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a recce is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, so here is the flip grip up close here. So you can see we're sitting at the main menu of the Switch. So something to note, of course, is when you have this flip grip in, obviously the main menu of the Switch isn't obviously going to auto-rotate. There's only certain games that are obviously designed to be auto-rotated and are designed with that feature in mind, but the main menu of the Switch is not. So basically what you're stuck with is basically turning this on its side when you're about to select a game and then kind of select it that way. Before you flip it over. So we're going to start off with Pinball Fx here, Pinball Fx 3. So of course this is a pinball game, and this is exactly what this flip grip is designed for. This thing looks awesome on here and is really, really good. It starts off the other way, but it will fix itself in the orientation here in a second. So you can see here, this is Pinball Fx 3, and now we're sitting here on the side. And if we click on single player, and let's say we click on that. We'll do single player. And this flip grip, like for the $12 that you pay for this, it just adds so much more cool value to playing, pinball machines and stuff. So you can see here, now you're actually sitting here and you're playing pinball. And things look really, really good on here. And look really good on the Switch screen, just like they always have. I'm also really bad at pinball. Especially playing behind a camera, I'm even worse. But that's how one of those pinball games look. Now, if we go back and look at one of the other ones, so you guys get an idea of what they both look like. If we click on this one, because that table obviously has like the outside table look. So if we go to one of these where it's kind of zoomed in on the table. You can see what this looks like here. I think we're all familiar with Pinball Fx at this point, FX3. It's been around for a long time, and it just works really, really nicely and makes playing pinball on the Switch so much more fun with this pinball grip. I would never play without this grip anymore when I play pinball games like this. It looks really, really good. So let's exit this and let's go to another one of our games here. So another one of the games that obviously supports this as well is Namco Museum. So let's go ahead and see what this one looks like. So as you can see here, the game supports, being in this mode, and you can basically pick any of these games. Some games make more sense than other. Of course, Galaga and Pac-Man work on here and stuff like that. The racing game does as well. So, for example, let's go ahead and look at Galaga here. So even though they all support it, obviously some games make more sense to be... I wasn't even paying attention. Some games make even more sense to be in this landscape mode, even though they all support it, because some of them weren't landscape to begin with. You can see how good Galaga works in this mode. So yeah, that's another one that works on here as well that I own. And one of the other ones that I own here is a really cheap game. If you want to just get the flip grip and just try a game in this portrait mode, this is a perfect way to do it. Because this game only costs $3 in the store, and it's actually a pretty fun game. It's actually a mobile game that got ported over to the Switch, but it shows this mode perfectly. Alright, so here we go, and you're basically going downhill. This is from the opposite perspective, and you're trying to kill these enemies going down. Trying to get to the bottom of the level. So this is a really solid game as well. And there's even more games that support this. Some of the games that I own. I actually have one on the way. The Star Wars Pinball. It's the same game as Pinball Fx3, but they made the Star Wars compilation, and I'm excited to try that one. That full release out. Because they didn't put any of the Star Wars tables in Pinball Fx3. They actually released a separate game on the Switch. It's only $20 though right now, which is a good price for it. It came out at 30, but now it's 20. It came out last year, and I'm excited to dive into that game and get all those Star Wars tables and dive into that. But I am also going to show you some of the other ones that I have saved on my wish list. You know, when I have some spare cash to get these games. So let me show you a couple of the other ones so you guys know what to expect and how many games out there support this. So if I go into wish list here, some of the games that you can expect are the arcade archives, Donkey Kong and Mario. Those work with it. And Ikaruga and Gunbird 1 and 2 are the other two that I have saved on my wish list that also work with it. The other one that's a big one is the Neo Geo collection that I have that I want to get a physical copy of. So that's another one that supports it as well. So I'm excited to dive into that. So yeah, this thing is really cool with the flip grip, and for $12, you know, something that everyone should probably check out. But let's go ahead and dive to the table and give me my final thoughts on this. All right, guys, so that's the flip grip for the Nintendo Switch, a $12 accessory that you can add to your Switch and basically lets you play a bunch of games that support it in landscape mode. If you're a fan of the Pinball series, Pinball Fx3, the Pinball Star Wars game, you need to own this accessory because for $12, it really takes the pinball you know, experience to the next level because you have more screen real estate. You can add the DMZ screen and stuff like that into the actual playfield, and it looks really good. So definitely a must for those. And then there's other games like the Namco series that I showed you there, and some of the other games that I'm excited to try, like the arcade archives classics and stuff like that. So I'm excited to dive into those and take a look at those when I'm able to purchase those. But what I've experienced with Pinball Fx3 already, you know, I'll never play without this accessory again when it comes to the pinball games. So this is a must-have accessory for anybody who's into these franchises and into like arcade classics and stuff. Guys, for $12, go ahead and check this accessory out. I'll have the link down below in the description. If you guys have any questions about anything you guys have seen here today, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.
Tech, gaming techie is the gaming tech, gaming techie, gaming tech. Eating brekkie is the gaming tech, going for a brekkie is the gaming tech, gaming techie is the gaming tech, gaming techie.